Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Zaphir here, and today we're gonna do a react video to a beginning archery tutorial and see if they're accurate or not. I'm a level 1 instructor, certified by USA Archery. I've been shooting for 6 years, and I have really great coaches all around me, and I learned a lot. So I think that I know this sport pretty well. I still have a lot to learn, but I hope that you can trust me. So I think this will be pretty interesting. I don't know. Let's see if it's accurate. Oh, yeah. This long stick thing is actually a fire arrow. It has a lot of good memories. I think it's the first time I went camping too. And I was with my JOAD group. JOAD stands for Junior Olympic Archers Development Program. Let's get into the video. I'm nervous now. Ooh, okay, let's watch it. Pop it up here. Let's have proper archery form. Fitness on.
We're going to now give Vicky a lesson in proper archery form. And it starts out by the stance.
Oof, okay.
How she stands in relationship to the target. You should be perpendicular to the target. The stance with the bow in front of her and her fingers on the string. This is called the resting position. We then can load the bow. As long as we're in the proper stance, and of course nobody's standing in front, we can load the bow by taking an arrow out of the quiver, placing it on the bow by putting the back of the arrow onto the string first, and then the front of the arrow onto the arrow rest. Once the arrow is in the bow, then we...
Alright, so he's right about stance. Stance is really important for a beginner. You are supposed to straddle the line and then the bow shoulder be facing directly towards your target. He is absolutely right about that. Now, the arrows in the quiver. If you notice, all of her arrows are one color, which is white, and that's beautiful, and I think that's great. But for a beginner, you want to have an index fletch, which means that there are 3 colors. 2 could be white, and then there's one that could be black, and the black one would be facing towards you. Because if you don't know the proper way to nock, fishtail, it'll fly really weird towards the target, and it's just not going to be pretty. You're going to want to have at least an index one if you're a beginner. She looks like it. The back quiver, I wouldn't put on a beginner just yet because it's a little bit difficult to that's awkward. So I'm gonna first have them start off with a side quiver to make things easier, because there's a lot of things in the learning process and back quiver isn't something we should focus on yet. You'll get your Brave and Merida and Katniss thing on at some point, but not now. One more thing, resting position as a beginner to nock, because I know that beginners have a really difficult time nocking. What the instructors at my club do is a bow toe, and that means that the end of the bow, basically on the tip of your shoe. There's more stability, it's easier to nock, and all that jazz. Anyway, let's continue with the video.
Traditional recurve bow, the position of the fingers on the string is very important. The closer you are to the target, the lower your finger has to be on the string so that the arrow can be brought up closer to the eye for aiming purposes.
For aiming
purposes. Close to the target at this point. The next.
Okay, so this is true. There are very different ways of anchoring and aiming. I shoot Olympic recurve, which I'll add a photo over here. Beginner OR shooters have 3 fingers under the arrow, like directly under, and then they have their hand come over to their chin. So what he's doing is more of a traditional anchor aiming thing. I think that's really inconsistent for a beginner. I think it would be very frustrating to figure out a consistent place to put your hand. It could be too low, or it could be too high, or there could be arrows flying over into the walls or on the side of the bushes, depending on where you shoot. What I'd do is I'd have it directly under the arrow. That way there's always a consistent point, and then I would come to my mouth. This top finger here would hook right here, and then the string would be touching my nose. But there's no contact if you're wearing glasses or a string kind of going past your nose and hurting or anything. No pain. All right. So let's continue with the video.
What we do is bring that bow up into the ready position, and in the ready position, we bend the arm sideways, lift the elbow high. That's to put the proper back muscles in line. From the ready position, we go into the anchor position by pulling the bow back, placing the top finger in the corner of the mouth. That puts the arrow in a higher position for aiming purposes. Now, let's come back to rest. Once you're in the anchor position, you aim by looking down the shaft of the arrow into the target and then shoot. And the last thing would be to hold.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. So, if you notice, she's not wearing an arm guard. You need an arm guard. What I see her doing is she's hyperextending her elbow, which is this. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see that. There's this bend, and what that does is when you draw and you do that, when you release the arrow, the string flies and your elbow is in the way of the arrow flight. So the string will hit your arm. This is why arm guards were created. Arm guards are really important. I have the scars to prove it. For a beginner, what I would tell her, if you want to have the perfect form, you want to rotate so that you get out of the string path's way. This is the #1 thing that comes up in an archery session. Another thing that I saw is her hair. Her hair is all out. That's not okay. You need to put your hair up. Sometimes I see hair flying down the range. I don't want you to go through that. Understand that you want to be cool and you want to be like Merida with your wind blowing in the hair and no hair flying down the range. That's not okay, and that's not gonna happen to you. That video was stressful to watch. I hope you guys learned at least one little thing. I really want to do videos like this more often. Comment if you wanted to see something else. Feel free to contact me. I would love it so much. I'm gonna say goodbye. Zaphir is out. Zaphir is leaving. Zaphir is here. Zaphir is now not here. Okay. Bye.